So the principle is, before you start the killing, before you start the harassment, before you start the tension between employers and employees, sit down and try and sort it out. In Kenya, the court system has introduced alternative dispute resolution methods. So nowadays, if you go to a Kenyan court and you have an issue, your employer did not pay you, or you have an issue about who got a job, or you feel harassed, or the first thing the court asks you is, have you sat down and talked to each other? And they tell the lawyers, go and let the parties sit down and try and sort it out. And before, you're finding now that over 80% of the people don't go back to court.
Lazima tuimize desturi ya kuongea. Kwa muda mrefu nakuta kwamba kuwa na matatizo katika kazini, mtu jambo la kwanza kukimbia kwa mahakama. Nataka kusema kwamba tukae chini, tufanye dialogue kwanza, tuweze kuongea kwanza, itatuwezesha kutatua shida nyingi badala kukimbilia tu kwa mahakama ama kukimbia tu katika hali ya vurugu na shida zingine. Kwa hivyo sisi wote tukiwa hapa tunaangalia hivi leo vile tutaweka mikakati ya kuhimiza kwamba wafanyikazi na ambao na pia wale waandika kazi na watu ambao wametoka nje na za ngambo kuja hapa ama Wakenya wanapoenda ngambo, kwa na matatizo tukae chini tufanye ile wanaita social dialogue, kuweza kuongea pamoja na kutatua shida ambazo zipo katika hali ya kufanyaji wa kazi. Nilipoingia katika hii wizara nilikuta kwamba kulingana na sheria tunapaswa kuwa na wage council ya seafarers, the general wage council ya kazi zingine, pia ya sekta tofauti ya agriculture council. Nilikuta kwamba hazikuwa pia zimeauthorishwa. Kwa hivyo mimi nikasema ya kwamba ni kazi gazeti, kwa hivyo sasa zinafanya kazi. Kwa mfano utakuta ya kwamba wakati kulikuwa na nyongeza ya mishahara mwaka uliopita Mei, huo nyongeza haikuanza mpaka juzi tu wakati nilipoweza kusign ile agreement kwa sababu kuwa na wage council. Sasa tayari wage council imeshakaa chini, tunajua nyongeza ya mshahara ambayo itakuja tarehe moja ama itapunguzwa itakuwa vipi. So tumefanya kazi kabla ya wakati huo, ndio kuweza kuwa na tunaangalia economy, tunaangalia Bureau of Statistics, tunaangalia uchumi unaenda, tuone kama kuna nyongeza kupunguza, tuangalia kwamba minimum wage itakuwa vipi, ndio tuweze kuwasaidia Wakenya. Ni ile arrangement ya serikali kufanya ile kazi na kufanywa, sio tu kusimama tu leo na kusema hivi bila mpangilio ambao unafaa kabisa. I think it's very important for people to do several things. One, when you're traveling overseas, you need to know what you're expecting to do. So you need to be very clear. You need to know what to expect. And so we are starting to train people to ensure that they are well guided about when they go overseas what to expect. Number two, and this is very important, if you find an agency that is trying to recruit you to go overseas, before you sign up for this agency, do your normal due diligence. Go to National Employment Agency, look at the documents on the internet and try and see, is this agency registered? Do some bit of research. Don't go removing 200 to 50,000, giving to an agency and then wakienda unasema walienda pesa zako. And I've said very clearly now, under my leadership in this ministry, I'm not going to allow anybody to be conned when I'm watching. So what we're saying is that if a registered agency has said they're going to take you, they've taken your money, and something goes wrong somewhere, maybe the job gets cancelled, gets delayed, and you don't want to travel, you get back your money. And that has been happening. Regardless of what we're hearing, it's been happening. There's nobody standing now with a registered agency who says, I'm not getting my money back. The ones who are not giving the money back, we are writing to them, we are registering them, we are taking them to court because you cannot con our people. So I tell people that you're in good hands. Don't listen to these people who just like mapambano, trying to get fame, shouting. No. People are getting you, and you can change your mind at any time.
Yeah, as you know, ILO is a tripartite organization. We work with employers, government and workers in every country and globally as well. So we do develop all the international labor standards. Of course, it's the tripartite partners that develop the labor standard, which also influence the labor market globally as well as at regional level. So the way we do it is through social dialogue. That's the key for the ILO. All our work is through social dialogue. So we bring together the government, the workers and the employers, as you know, every year in Geneva, where our headquarters is. We have the International Labour Conference, where again, from all our member states, the employers, the workers and the government, led by the Ministry of Labour, participate and discuss pertinent issues in the labour market globally, but at the same time at regionally. And And then at national level as well, we follow the same structures. We have to talk. Social dialogue is all about talking. To find any solution, we have to talk. Because everybody have their area of interest, be it the employers from the employer side, the workers from the worker side, as well as the government. So unless we discuss and agree to find a solution that is comfortable for all, we cannot move on. So social dialogue is all about the talking, starting from informal talking, but all the way to negotiation and discussion and agreement to determine the labor market in the nationally as well as in the world.
For us as workers, it's very important, and especially to engage in the social dialogue, because our country, Somalia, is a country of origin, destination, and transit for migrant workers. Going to the Gulf countries, going to Europe, and going to other parties in Africa. And migration is part of our DNA as Somali citizens. But we also feel that workers of Somalia, like the workers in Kenya or in Ethiopia or other parties in Eastern Horn of Africa, we face a very serious challenges. The exploitation, the abuses that migrant workers from Somalia are subjected, especially those going to the Gulf countries, are very horrendous. They have been subjected to a very grave abuses, very serious challenges in terms of enjoying their rights at work. They are denied the right to freedom of association. They are denied the right to freedom, to organize themselves, freedom of movement, wage theft, their occupational health and safety is in danger. And these are very critical issues. And this platform is very important for us that we have today in Mombasa, that bringing together government, trade unions and employers to discuss how to protect workers from our respective countries, but equally from Eastern Horn of Africa, since we have a similar problems and a common problems. And the ILO standards are important to safeguard this, and how we can domesticate them and how we can effectively implement them in the bilateral labor migration agreements that we have got with the Gulf countries, be it Saudi Arabia, be it Qatar, be it United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, all of those countries, how we can make sure that the rights of migrant workers, be they from Somalia or from other countries in Eastern Horn of Africa, can be protected. And social dialogue is the way to go.
Africa, without fear of favor, continues to play an important role in bringing out the confederation it took to ensure that there is synergy of policies at the East and Horn of Africa.
A country without also business people will not go nowhere. A country without government, let them and then you will not progress. Dr. Mutua, Honorable Ministers, I join me to welcome our Director.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the opportunity. You give social protection of Kenya. Your Excellency, Honorable James Mai, Minister of Food, Esther Davinia, Minister of State for Gender, Labor and Social Development, Republic of Uganda, employment agencies, federations and associations, senior representatives from the AU in improving labor migration governance. We convene here today to address the issue of labor migration. That is why we are here today. It is our duty to promote dignity and respect. Labor migration, global estimate reported nearly 285 million international migrants. And worker organizations to create policies and practices that uphold these principles. Countries I work or I represent, that we are able to correct this. At times we find the social dialogue is just talking. We place the issue on the table.
Ocean, and Mombasa is a wonderful place. Please stay around and
don't go back with your money in your pocket. Yeah, thank you very much. I think that I will not leave you to go without having that yes, where have I seen you? Maybe in Mombasa or where? So now we have not introduced ourselves as somebody that I think I might have seen you somewhere there. But importantly, social dialogue is important. We all fight, we beat ourselves. Time knowing each other, I think it will not be bad. So now,
No.
Thank you.